This is a tutorial of how to convert a TeX file to Braille with the mathematics in the Nemeth standard. The conversion will be done with the program LaTeX to Nemeth, which was developed in the University of the Aegean, Greece, in the Department of Mathematics by myself and the colleague Andreas Papasalouros. The program was funded by the University of the Aegean and the TeX users group, and it is by default installed in a full installation of TeX Live on both Windows and Linux, and it's also available in MikTeX and MacTeX. So for this tutorial we will work on a Linux machine because I'm familiar with Linux, but a similar procedure works on any platform, and we will convert a TeX file with mathematics to Braille. A second video will follow that will show how to do this for pictures and change them and make them available to visually impaired persons. The pictures are a bit more difficult, so we will start with a plain TeX file with mathematics. Okay, now I have a file here called file.tex. I will open a terminal in this folder, and let me say that in Windows 2 or Macintosh you have to work on the terminal for this program. In Windows the terminal is the DOS command line. Okay, so the first thing is I will copy the file to save it in case something goes wrong. So I will copy file.tex, say to file task.tex. Okay, so now I have my backup file, and we start by running LaTeX or LaTeX, a Unicode engine, on file.tex. The reason we do this is that we need the AUX file that TeX produces, because this file holds the information about the numbers of the equations or the numbers of the theorems, the labels and the references. So we need this file. Okay, so let me run LaTeX file.tex. Okay, so I have a problem which I forgot to delete from my source, because we will not deal with graphics at this point. Let me continue, but let me also edit the file. I will use Emacs here because this is the tool I work with, but of course you can use any editor. I will remove this block of code for the moment. Okay. All right, let me try again. Not this one. LaTeX on the file. So we have our PDF file created, which we will not need now. What we will need is this file, the file AUX. Since we have run LaTeX twice, all numbers of labels are saved in the AUX file, and we can start the conversion. So we run LaTeX to Nemeth file.tex file.aux. The program produces an error. It complains about line 24. Let me say that in order to convert files to Braille, the TeX file must be very simple, the simplest possible. Okay, no internal TeX commands, no very complicated macros. And of course, code that relates to visual things must also be removed. For example, it doesn't make sense to have color, so the package color must be removed, and all the commands that relate to color. Or, for example, fancy chap, the design of chapters on fancy headers. They make no sense for the visually impaired, so they must be removed. So let me go to line 24 and see what is the problem there. This is line 24. Okay, here these commands have to do with the table of contents and how the section and the subsections are added there. But we cannot have a table of contents, because when the file goes to the embosser to be embossed on paper, the Braille file, we cannot know what page will hold the section or the chapter. So the table of contents makes no sense, or it is very difficult to do. So we will remove these commands. Either delete or comment out. And I will repeat the LaTeX to Nemeth command on my terminal. I have another error, probably line 91. Okay, so it says line 91, something with the section is a problem. 91, 90, 91. Okay, so here we see we have index commands. The same problem with the table of contents. We cannot have index. Okay, the page numbers will not be correct when it goes to the embosser. So we have to remove the index commands. This may be a lot of work, so we will not remove them, but we will change their meaning by redefining the index, not exactly, because if you want to run again LaTeX later, you may run into trouble if you redefine index. So the best approach will be the following. I will create a new command. Let me call it, for example, my index, with one argument that will do nothing, like this. And then I will go and query replace the index commands and change them to my index. So I will query replace the index with a brace and change it to my index with a brace. Okay. So I changed all of them. Save the file and run again. The error now is line 948. So we have progressed a lot. And let's go to 948 and see what is there. 948. Okay, we have quotes in math mode, and the converter does not like this. Sometimes you have to improvise. This file was not written by me, it was given to me, so I wouldn't write it this way. But for example, you can change the quotes with a bracket. Let me do that. Bracket. I'm saying here for left arrow. So save it and run again. Again I have error. Now this is a bad error because it says line 1, and of course there is no error on line 1. It is the converter that cannot pinpoint the problem at the exact line and says line 1. This should be considered a bug, but I don't know when it will be corrected and if it can be corrected. When we get into such problems that says line 1, it means that the code contains something bad, and typically these errors relate to the preamble. That's why the converter gets confused, that cannot say exactly what is the line. Probably some command is defined erratically in the preamble, erratically for the converter, not for TeX. The converter gets confused. What is the problematic line? Okay, so how do you deal with this? The best approach, if you don't know exactly what's going on in the preamble, is by dissection. So you go to, say, half the document and you close the document. You may close it, say, adding end document, and run the converter to see if the problem is above or below the end document. Here we will see, because I know where is the problem, that the problem is below the end document I added here. Okay, so you see this run was correct. It created the Nemeth files we seek. So let me remove end document. And this technique by dissection, dissecting the file, it converges quickly to the line that has the issue. Now I approximately know where is this. It's after 1000, I think 100. Let me close here and try again. Okay, it's below this point here. Okay, the problem is this one. Okay, I knew that. Okay, but trying by dissecting the document, you will find it quickly. The codin is a command defined in the preamble, and this is what confuses the converter. So let me go to the preamble to see what is the problem with this definition. The codin is here. You see here that there are some more internal commands of TeX, the mathop, and no limits. This the mathop cannot be processed by the converter, so I have to remove it. And now I have to remove the no limits as well. Now we will see that we will pass this point. Okay, but the error is not at line 1. We have progressed a lot. The error now, the new error, at line 1241. So let me go to this line. 1241. We have quotes in math mode. I will remove them and replace by brackets as I did before. Run again. One more error. 1420. 1420. Okay, we have a cases environment here. The cases is a relatively old structure. Typically, we change it to array. Cases will work in most situations. Now here cases has problems because the writer of the document used mathematics inside cases. And anyway, let me switch to array because it's safer. Okay, I changed the cases to array. We also need these arguments here. Let me say right, left. Okay. Save it. Run the converter. Now the converter runs cleanly. No errors were produced. We only have some warnings that some symbols were not known. We will deal with them immediately now. And we notice that we got our Nemeth files. Let us get rid of these problems here. VRM is an old command of TeX. It should not be used anymore. We will change it to TextRM, which is correct for LaTeX. So query replace. The syntax of rm is brace rm space. It should switch to text rm brace, and I will change them, all of them, but let me just show you how it changes line by line. See, and I will change all of them. Okay, now all of them have changed, and let me run again, and you see here that there is no complaint about the rm command. I have one command bf or two, whatever we'll see. This should change to math to text bf. So let me search for bf. I have one here, another here. Actually, it didn't complain for these two. It complained for this next one, which is inside the mathematics, because the complaint is about the math symbol. Okay. So in mathematics now, how to deal with this? You escape to text with text rm, and inside you can say bf series. And now you will see that the bf is not a problem anymore. We have to deal with cal. Cal is an old command, it's not proper. We should use simcal, which is the most modern, or mathcal. I will use mathcal because most users are used to this. This should be mathcal. I have another one here. That's it. And finally, we have to deal with the simple. It doesn't know this one. I will change it to \sharp. Sharp, I mean this. Okay, sharp. Let me query replace again this command with sharp and change all of them. So now let me clear the terminal. The converter runs cleanly, no errors, no complaints, and I have three files, the three Nemeth files, file 0 Nemeth, file 1 Nemeth, and file 2. What are these now? Why there are three? Because the converter cuts per chapter the files. So each .nemeth file is a chapter, except the first one, the 0 file, which is the title of the document. So we have two chapters in this TeX file, and this is why I have file 1 and file 2. These are the two chapters. Okay. Now these three files, the Nemeth files, are encoded in UTF-16, and we have to change them to UTF-8 and then import them to LibreOffice, because what we give to the visually impaired person is the ODT file, the Open Document Text file of LibreOffice or OpenOffice, and this is what he or she takes to the embosser. Now, you can do this manually. The conversion from UTF-16 to UTF-8 can be done, for example, by iconv. And then you can copy paste the UTF-8 text in an open document text file, but we have a script that does everything automatically for us. The only problem is that although the script is inside the installation of TeX it is not installed in the bin folder as an executable, and we have to do it ourselves. So let me locate this file first. It's called Nemeth2ODT. So I will locate Nemeth2ODT. The system says that it finds it in my recent TeX installation here. It also finds it in the local bin folder because I have already installed. But in any case, let me show you the commands. So on Linux, you sudo copy the folder from the TeX installation, into the USR local bin folder, like that. It will ask for password. So now the file is copied, but you have to make it also executable. So sudo chmod +x USR local bin Nemeth to ODT. Now we are ready to run the final step. So we do Nemeth to ODT file, say the file 1. Okay, let's see, file Nemeth. And after a while we will get the file 1 ODT, this one here, and let me open it. You will see that it's the file you want, the file with Braille inside, and this is the file to give to the person to take it to the embosser. Now you may have many Nemeth files. For example, if you are converting a book with many chapters, you can do the conversion for all of them in one command, like this. So you write for I in star.nemeth do Nemeth to ODT $I semicolon done. And this, for my case, I have 3 Nemeth files. Will convert all 3 to ODT. So I have now 3 ODT files, file 0 ODT, file 1 ODT, and file 2 ODT, and these are the files to take to the embosser. This is the end of the first tutorial for converting TeX to Braille. Let me say that the converter supports English, the Latin alphabet, and Greek for the moment, but it is very easy, it is actually trivial to convert to any language. You only have to create a file that maps your alphabet to the Braille conventions that your country has. But this is another tutorial for the future. The next video will be about how to create tactile graphics for files that have mathematics also on them, say the graph of a function, and make them accessible to people with vision problems. So thank you for watching.